Hi, this is Jake Shirley Coaching, and I'm just going to talk a few minutes today about the credit score. I know I talk about it a lot, but I've been looking at personal finance blogs and forums, and people are some people really obsess over the credit score. They they talk about how they do certain things and the credit score goes up or it goes down, and they just kind of freak out about it and they want to try micromanaging it. And the credit score, there's like five different components that make up a credit score, and they all have to do with debt. So the credit score is how you are interacting with debt. One of the components is, how long you've been in debt. The other is how much debt you currently have. Another one is have you paid your credit payments on time. So it all has to do with debt. So if you're really concerned about the credit score and raising your credit score, then you want to go into debt and you want to stay in debt for a long time. That's how you build a credit score. And these people that I don't understand why they're so obsessive over it. It goes up, it goes down, and they panic about it. And the credit score is just how you are doing with debt. It's all it is. I saw one post in particular where somebody had collections due. So they were late. They had been late on the payments for so long, and eventually it went to collections. They paid. They got one of these collections paid off, and then they were panicking because it actually dropped their credit score. So they were asking, well, why do you get punished for paying off your debt? Well, that's kind of how it works, because a credit score is how you're doing with debt. Part of that factor is how much debt you have. So if you're paying off your debt, your credit score is going to go down. And people seem to think that's a bad thing, but I think getting out of debt and paying off your debt is a good thing. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything, but it would be in the bank's best interest to make you believe that you have to have a high credit score. Because if you stay in debt, you're going to keep paying them money in the form of interest. They're going to get paid their money back and then some. So it's in their interest to make you think that having a high credit score is a good thing, because they're getting interest from it. And this idea of building your credit, having a high credit score, has been around for a long time now. So maybe there's no one telling you that there's another way to do this. You can, but I might be the first one to tell you that there is another way. You don't have to have a high credit score. You don't have to build your credit score. You can get through life just fine without it. I think you'll be better off without it. Because once you start paying off your debt, your credit score is gonna go down. But it shouldn't even matter, because the only point of building a credit score is so you can borrow more money later on. I teach people not to borrow money. You do not need a credit score if you decide to live debt free, and it's more than possible to live debt free, and that's what I teach people to do. My advice to anyone who's obsessing and worrying over their credit score, well, just don't. You don't have to. Your credit score does not matter. The only reason to have a high credit score is to go into more debt later on. You do not need a credit score if you decide, I'm not going to use debt anymore. It's the only reason to have a high credit score is to go into more debt later on. Stop worrying about your credit score. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. It's just been on my mind how so many people obsess over it. You don't have to. Another thing that I would touch on really quickly is that, credit cards have all these rewards. You build up points, you get airline miles, you get cash back, whatever it is. I mean, that's still a losing game, I think. I mean, I've seen credit cards where they give you 1% back? Just to make up an example, let's say you go buy something for $300. Well, with 1% cash back, you're gonna get $3 back. So you spend $300 on something, you get $3 back, and you're gonna tell me that you're winning the game? I mean, come on. You don't have to have a credit score. I mean, that's all I really wanted to say tonight. Just keep keep it short and sweet, I guess. So this is JakeShirleyCoaching.com, and what I do is I teach people about personal finance, and personal finance is personal. So a coach can help guide you on your own unique journey. So thank you for watching.